Hello! My name is Lumi and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video on my YouTube channel, so I thought I would do a little quick Q&A for you guys to get to know me and just to introduce myself. I'm a cosplayer. I am 19. I am based in Arizona, unfortunately. It is so hot here all the time. But yeah, I love filmmaking, I love photography, and of course I love cosplay. I had a YouTube channel when I was way younger. I did a bunch of skits with my friends, and I decided to pick the hobby back up. So needless to say, it has been a while since I've filmed like an actual YouTube video, but I'm excited to get back into it, for sure. So over on my Instagram, I asked you guys to send me some questions for this Q&A, and I got some great responses, so let's jump right into it. What made you start cosplaying? That is such a good question. I think I started cosplaying because I thought I looked like a character, and I was like, oh, I have those pieces in my closet for what she wears. I could totally make that happen. And I did. My first cosplay was Adora from She-Ra. At the time, I had kind like a dirty blonde hair. Now it's blue because I've dyed it. But I was like, okay, we have a similar color hair. I'm like the same height as her, and I have all the stuff for her that I can wear in my closet. So I just did that. It was a closet cosplay, and it was great. It was my first intro to cosplay, and I really enjoyed it, and here we are. And my second ever cosplay was one I made by myself. It was, well, my mom helped me because I was like 14 at the time. It was Amity from the Owl House. Once again, I was just like, oh, I love this character. I could totally cosplay her, and I did. And it's really just, it really stemmed from loving characters and loving the media that they come from and wanting to bring them to life. So that's why I started. That's still the reason I cosplay. I love to bring characters that I love to life, and getting to see other people's reactions to them and getting to share that with the world is something I really, really enjoy. If you could get rid of one thing about cosplay culture, what would it be? That's a loaded question. I have not been in the cosplay community for too long. I really, really got into it. I did my first 2 or 3 cosplays in 2020, 2021, 2022. But I really didn't get into the cosplay culture until I went to my first con in 2022, and that's when I really decided to like go for it. So I've only been in the community for about 3 years at this point, and I have to say, while I've had so much fun, the toxicity that is present in the cosplay community is insane. For some reason, and I don't know why, we've made this community that is supposed to be welcoming so unwelcoming to some people, and I'm not sure how that happened. Since I started cosplaying right around when it became mainstream, or more mainstream than it was, I did not experience a lot of this, this being bullying and a lot of mean things being said to me. I have not experienced a lot of it, but I do know people who have been bullied out of doing cosplay and going to cons. So it really is a real thing, and it sucks, honestly. And that is something I really strive to work against. I try to be so kind to every single person I meet. I really feel no need to be mean to other people in the cosplay community. And I don't understand how other people do feel that need, or feel that they need to voice their opinions on how someone looks or how someone should cosplay. Like, all cosplay is valid, and I think that is such an important sentiment to live by when you're in this community. Multiple of my friends that I had made in my earlier cosplay years no longer do it because, like, they've just had such bad experiences with the community, and that is really, really awful, and that is something that definitely needs to change ASAP. What is your favorite part about cosplay culture? Okay, complete 180. My favorite part about cosplay culture is going to conventions. I love, love, love going to cons. My very first con that I went to, I was in, I think this was like my 4th cosplay ever, and it was Kokomi from Genshin Impact. I had a horrible, horrible wig on. Like, the bangs were uneven, they were choppy, it was real bad. And I didn't even have her canon outfit. I still don't, but I still have that chopped wig, but I was wearing like this white blouse and a pink skirt and like white Converse, and I was having the time of my life at this con. And I remember I did my makeup in a way that I thought would suit the character, but wasn't what she actually looks like in the game. And I remember a lot of people coming up to me and telling me that they loved how I did my makeup, and that really just made me feel really good. As a newbie, as a beginner cosplayer, I was like, oh my god, these people actually like what I'm doing? Oh my god. I was genuinely surprised. I didn't think anyone would like my cosplay, considering like it wasn't canon. But yeah, no, I love going to conventions. I love meeting artists. I love meeting other cosplayers. I love meeting voice actors. I love going to panels. I think conventions are truly so incredible. And I know it's not like a cosplay specific thing. You don't have to cosplay to go to a convention. But like, for some reason, I've always cosplayed when I go to cons. So like, they're just intertwined for me. But like, man, I love conventions so much. They're getting expensive now because of inflation and everything, but I will always spend the money to go to cons because love them. Are you looking for a convention to attend with tons of guests and awesome activities? Well, look no further than Game On Expo, happening April 4th through the 6th, 2025 at Phoenix Convention Center. Celebrating its 10th anniversary this year, Game On Expo is a gaming and anime convention with something to do for everyone, like live music, live wrestling, cosplay, a massive artist alley, and even laser tag. We also have tons of guests joining us this year, like Reed Shannon, Kaiji Tang, Erica Schroeder, and even Tony Hawk? What? Not to mention all the other ones that I didn't just name that you can go check out on the Game On Expo website. Prices go up on April 1st, so make sure you get your passes ASAP. And if you want to save a little bit of money, you can use code VOIDVIA at checkout for 10% off your purchase. That's code VOIDVIA at checkout. This year is going to be unforgettable, so I hope to see you there. What was your worst cosplay experience? Making a cosplay or something that happened to you while you were in cosplay? Okay, this is going to be a bit of a long story. So in 2024, I was attending a convention that I will not name. Let's just say in Arizona, it is so hot all the fucking time. It is so hot all the time, specifically in the summer. And this is when this convention was. I was in my Navia cosplay. This was the first time I had worn her anywhere, literally anywhere. It started off really, really great, honestly. I was walking to the end of the line. Mind you, it was like maybe 5 minutes before the con opened, and I was getting a bunch of compliments like, oh my gosh, I love your Navia cosplay, you're so pretty, you look so good, and I felt really awesome. I was like, oh my god, today's gonna be such a great day. Now, mind you, it's 110 degrees outside, so I'm already sweating, because I had to walk from my car, which was like a block away. I had to walk from my car to the con center, and I get to the end of the line, and I'm like, okay, the line really hasn't been moving. I stood in line for 2 hours in 110 degree heat in a Genshin Impact cosplay. Girl, that was by far the worst cosplay experience I've ever had. Mind you, I looked great. I felt great until I had to wait for 2 hours in 110 degree heat outside. I almost passed out. And I know there were a couple people that actually did and we had to call an ambulance for them. It was really bad. It was really, really not great. Once I got inside the convention, it was great. There were so many voice actors that I wanted to meet, especially Allegra Clark. Allegra Clark was there, and I have been wanting to meet her for literally so long. I actually have a print from her. It's signed by Ann Yatko as well. And the second day, the wait was not that long. But like, it was really, really bad. Mind you, I was also in heels. Heels, a heavy-ass wig, and my Navia cosplay. It's a Genshin Impact cosplay, so it, of course, it's not going to be comfortable. But that one is made of, it has velvet, and velvet is not breathable at all. I think summer conventions in Arizona should be illegal, to be quite honest with you. I just think it's too hot. Yeah, that's the worst cosplay experience I've had. I also got hit on a lot at that convention. It was weird. Whatever. It's fine. It's in the past. I'm going to leave it in the past. What is your favorite cosplay? That's such a good question. I would say right now, it's a tie between Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen and Makima from Chainsaw Man. I really love Nobara, and I really like the way I look when I cosplay her, and I just feel very pretty, and I feel very powerful. She is one of my favorite characters of all time. I have like a little Nobara shrine in the corner of my room on my dresser right there. You can't even see it, but it's there. Trust me. And, you know, I have a print signed by her voice actor. So, you know. I've also met her voice actor 3 times. I also cried at her table when Nobara died. When she was confirmed dead, like the week before she came back, I cried at her table. We cried together. She cried with me. I was like, oh, Nobara's my favorite character. I love the way you voice her. It was a time. It was a time. Makima, I like for the same reasons. I feel very pretty in her. I feel very powerful. Not in a way that Makima is powerful. Just want to make that clear. I just like the way I feel and I like the way I look. And it's a very comfortable cosplay. It's just a white button-up shirt and black pants and a tie. So it's not too complicated. That's the same with Nobara. It's her uniform. Navia is also up there. She's just really, really uncomfortable to wear, and I have to redo her wig. But yeah, I think those are my 2. Nobara and Makima. I also like Gwen. I think I look really cute as Gwen. Do you or have you ever made your own costumes? Yes! I have made 3 costumes in total. I've made 3 cosplays. One of them was Summertime Klee from Genshin Impact. I made it for my friend for their birthday. Last year I made Marcille from Delicious in Dungeon, and I am right about at the end of finishing up Amy from Sonic the Hedgehog. Amy is super special to me because I am competing her at this upcoming con. This upcoming con is called Game On Expo. I'm very excited. I'm competing her, and it's gonna be my first cosplay competition. I'm really nervous, but I'm also really, really excited. My next one will be Frieren from Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I have some big plans for that, for sure. I think after Frieren, I'm going to make Mizi from Alien Stage, and at some point, I'm going to make Focalor from Genshin Impact. What is your favorite part of making cosplays? My favorite part of making cosplays is watching it all come together at the end. When you're done with everything, and you just put all of it on and you can see your vision come to life. That is such a special moment, and I think it's my favorite part. I mean, I love making everything, but when everything comes together after sometimes months of hard work, it is so, so rewarding, and it is a feeling unlike any other. Favorite and least favorite cosplay, and why? Okay, I already answered favorite cosplay. My least favorite cosplay is probably Yelan from Genshin Impact. She's just very uncomfortable to wear. I got her cosplay like right as she came out in the game. I was obsessed with her. I still am, low-key. Still am. Love her. But I was actually debating on wearing her for this video. But I ended up with Gwen instead. But yeah, she's very, very uncomfortable to wear. I wore her to one con and one pop-up, and I have not worn her since. I also don't like Maki. I like the way I look in her, but I have many issues with the cosplay itself. First of all, I have to wear contacts, and the contacts I wear for her don't fit my eyes. They're too small, and the costume is a size too small, and the wig, I cut the bangs too short, and I also tried to do a fake hairline in the back, but it's not a hard cap wig, so like it didn't really work. It's overall just a mess. I will redo her at some point. There's just a bunch of little details that I'm not happy with. Yelan and Maki, they would low-key be best friends. Anyway, continuing. Hardest accessory you've worked on. Okay, if wigs count as accessories, the hardest accessory I have made is Navia's wig. Navia's wig is a fully structured wig. It has 2 large drills in the back and 4 tinier ones, 2 in the back and 2 in the front. That was my first time ever like making a wig like that, and I learned a lot, but I really, really wanted to put that method into practice, and I decided with Navia it would be the perfect chance. So that's what I did. It took me literal months. It was so worth it though, because when I debuted her at that one con that I almost overheated at, I literally got so many compliments and so many people asked for pictures, and it was such a great time. I love wearing her, and I love that wig so much. It is a testament to how much I've grown as a wig stylist and to how much I've learned. I learned multiple new techniques to do that wig, and I really love it. Yeah. But it was definitely the hardest. What kind of research process do you have for cosplay? Okay, this is a really good question. It depends. It depends on the cosplay. If I am making the cosplay from scratch. I have to find as many references as possible. So I usually go on to their fan wiki page and I go into the gallery and I find as many like good references as possible. For example, Amy, she has so many different eras of what she looked like. She has her original design and she has all these different 3D models. So I had to choose one specific era that I think represented her and her model the best, and I chose Sonic Dream Team. So I found a bunch of renders from that, and I found like a really good like model sheet that had her at all different angles, and it even had like the bottom of her shoes, her hammer, like it was perfect. But that's what I go through and try to find with all of my handmade projects. For cosplays that I've bought, it depends. If it's a game cosplay, most of the time I can find a 3D model on Sketchfab. With that, I will use that to place where the accessories are supposed to go and to use to style the wig. But if it's like an anime character and they don't necessarily have like a 3D model that I can reference, I go on Pinterest and I find as many pictures of them as possible, and I just find like the similarities, like the constants in their design, and I just go based on that. So it really just depends on each character, but I do go through, find reference pictures, research different types of fabric. I also try to look for pre-made patterns. A lot of the times I will alter patterns. For Marcel and Amy, I did alter pre-made patterns that I got off Etsy. It was super easy, and I find it so much easier than if I had made a pattern myself. Any cos plans? So many. Obviously, Amy, coming up in literally 2 weeks is when I compete her. I want to try to also do Black Swan from Honkai Star Rail. I just love her design, and I think she's really pretty and she's hot. I want to feel hot. Blaze the cat from Sonic the Hedgehog. I just think she's really cute, and I have an idea in my mind specifically on how I want to do her wig. So look out for that. She will be done eventually. Not sure when, but eventually. Top 5 favorite characters right now. So glad you asked. In no particular order, Amy Rose from Sonic the Hedgehog. Arlecchino from Genshin Impact. Once again, love her. In love with her. I'm literally looking at a pin of her on my cork board right now. Hey, queen. Hey. Okay, anyway. Marcel from Delicious in Dungeon. I've cosplayed her. She's literally me. If I had to choose one character, if someone asked me, like, what character is literally you, I would say Marcel from Dungeon Meshi. She's literally me. When I was watching the show, every couple of minutes I would turn to my friend and go like, Marcel is literally me. She would say something and I'd be like, did they base her off of me? Is this fucking play about us? About me? Nobara Kugisaki is next. That's self-explanatory because I mentioned my Nobara shrine earlier. She's over there. I think my last one, it would probably be Raiden A from Genshin Impact. She was my favorite Inazuma character when she first dropped, and she has stayed my favorite Inazuma character. In fact, one of my favorite Genshin characters of all time. And there's like 100 of them at this point, so I love her so much. Honorable mention, Maisie Donner from The Hunger Games. The new book just came out. I read it in 24 hours, and it was so good, so sad. I cried a lot. I didn't say her for my cosplans, but she's a cosplayan, for sure. I have an outfit in mind and everything. No spoilers, but she's so sassy, and she's also so sweet. I love her. She's an icon. She's a diva. And she is the moment. And our last question, how long do you plan to keep cosplaying? I plan to keep cosplaying for as long as I feel like it. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I feel like I'm just getting started, actually. And I plan to keep going. Honestly, my biggest goal for, like, my cosplay career is to win a masquerade in the Masters division. And I hope that will be sooner rather than later. But even after I complete that goal, I will almost 100% continue to cosplay. I find so much joy in this hobby, and I've met so many amazing people through it. I know I was talking a lot about toxicity in the community, but the positivity in it 100% outweighs that. And I love it. I think this is like my thing. I finally found my thing, and I'm very happy. All right, that is all the questions that I got. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got a little bit of insight about who I am, what I do, all that kind of stuff, how I view cosplay and everything. All my socials will be linked in the description, so you can go follow me.